Hey guys, welcome back to the A Plus Home Show. I'm Nick with A Plus Building Maintenance, your Toledo Handyman. Well guys, over the last few weeks, I've gotten about 3 or 4 emails about toilets, okay? Anywhere from how to install a toilet, for why they leak, and what, changing a fill valve. You know what? I'm gonna make it simple. Over the next few shows, we're gonna talk about toilets and all the little steps that are involved. And check it out, I got a guest with me today, my daughter Kendra. She's helped me on a few different things. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
So, it's actually her birthday coming up. How old is you going to be?
6.
All right. Well, today, guys, first of all, we're going to start with the basics. We're going to talk about setting a toilet. Now, look, I got the convenience of I did a quick mock-up, and I know some of you guys have tight quarters and all that good stuff. Well, I have it in the middle of the floor, and I had to do it that way, or obviously our camera guy wouldn't be able to show you everything. So, let's start off with what we're going to use. This is called a wax gasket kit, a wax ring, And let me just tell you about the type of wax ring I like to use. This is just a standard wax ring, but I like them with the rubber flange on here. To me, it makes it a more solid seal because it's actually going to go inside the pipe. I was actually kind of nervous because since I did this mock-up on just a straight piece of wood, I'm not sure how well this is going to seal because usually this goes inside the pipe. But we're going to go ahead and check it out. So we also got a few other parts with it. We have your bolts, that some already fell out on me. We have just standard bolts and stuff, so we're going to go ahead and set these up. So, on the bolts, you're going to notice that they're oval in shape. What we have to do is we slide those in, pretty basic, and just line them up approximately where the toilet's going to go. You want to get these as close to possible as you can. The next thing I like to do, you can mount the wax ring a couple different ways. If you read all the instructions, what they're going to tell you to do is mount them directly to the toilet. Well, I have done it that way. I've also had them fall off the toilet. I've had them where they started to leak afterwards. So I'm going to show you how I do it, and we don't seem to have too many issues with it. What I like to do is set this in place, and there's a reason I like to. I'll set this where I want it to go, and it actually helps hold the screws where I want them to, the wax will, all right? Which is really important because I'm going to be picking up a piece of a toilet here that's going to weigh about 40 pounds. It's kind of hard to see, so it kind of holds them in place so they don't fall down. We're going to go ahead and grab the toilet. Be careful. I'm doing this obviously with the tank off. So it makes it a little bit easier for me. Once you get it lined up, you want this to seat. Now, don't be careful with it. You want to push this down evenly. You got to remember, you're going to be sitting on this 1,000 times. So get this thing to really push down. You have to get that wax to go down all the way. Do not count on your bolts to pull the toilet down or you will pop that ring. So I'm just going to keep working it back and forth a little bit so it seats. Want to make sure that my bolts are still straight up and down. Give a little bit more push. Now mind you, this may be up just a little bit still because that flange is going to hold me up just a hair because of the pipe. Now there's one other thing we need to do. I'm going to be putting some plastic caps on here as well. Some people don't mount these with the plastic caps. I think it gives it a much more finished look. So what we're going to do, you have to put the plastic piece in first if you're going to put the caps on. I've had other people put the toilet all assemble, they come back, take off the bolts and put these in. You don't have to do all that. Make sure you read the plastic cap. It does say on there, this side up. Just mount those on there. Make sure you get the right side. Next, you have the metal washers. Got to have the metal washers on top of the plastic or the bolt will just break it. You have 2 nuts. Now before I finish tightening this down, I'm going to get it kind of snug. Same thing, I'm going to get back on and rock on it and get this thing to seat a little bit better. Now you're going to notice I keep moving this plastic piece around because as you tighten it, she's going to want to slip around on you. Same thing with this side. And if I apologize if the mic's moving in and out a little bit, I'm moving quite a bit around this toilet, so if you guys can't hear me too well, I do apologize. This is why I usually ask one of the other guys too, but Kendra's a good helper with me, huh? Mm-hmm. You work on this stuff a lot with me? Yeah. Yeah? What do you think about working on toilets?
I think it's good.
Yeah? You don't like them though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they're pooping them.
Oh, geez, we don't want to talk about that on here.
I told you.
That's pretty gross.
I know.
My daughter seems to think that if Justin Bieber watches this, he might say hi to her. So if Justin Bieber happens to see this, feel free to say hello to my daughter. So I'm getting these snug. Same thing. What I'm going to do is rock on it a little bit more. We're also in a very cold shop too. And if you're a service guy out there, when that wax gets cold, it's difficult to get it to compress. So just take your time. If you notice, I'm having some problems because this isn't sitting inside of a pipe. So she's trying to rock a little bit on me. So I'm trying to force that rubber to actually go down. Usually when you have it going inside the pipe, you have plenty of room. But that's the only wax ring I recommend when people ask me. You can buy a toilet that's in a box, so to speak. But I don't really care too much for their type of, they have just a regular wax ring without the rubber flange. Kendra, give me those pair of pliers. So the next thing I want to do is just tighten these down. This is going to help pull this down a little bit more. And you can actually rock it just a little to get it to go down. See, it's getting a lot more stout now. She's still trying to hold up. And if you guys haven't noticed, I mounted this on a piece of drywall that's on from a last episode, so we got to be careful how tight I get it to. But she's getting really nice and solid now. Okay. Now, I will not be able to put these on here until I clip these a little bit. They put brakes in here, but I will warn you, don't just take a pair of pliers and try to wrench on that. I've seen guys do that and they break the flange. So I usually take a saw. Hand me that saw, Kendra. And what I want to do is just score that just a little bit more. Be careful not to scratch your porcelain. Take your time. This isn't a race. You just want to take your time going over it. And I do know that when you get inside a tight area, that this gets difficult to do, but just don't try to rush it. Every time I've seen guys try to rush this stuff, they end up breaking, and that's just not good. Then the bolt just clips on. Now, then I'm going to do the other side once we get off camera because it's pretty straightforward doing just the one. But that's it, right there. Now we got the toilet set. Pretty straightforward. Do you understand how to do it, Kendra?
Yep.
Pretty easy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look, guys, the main reason I do all these shoots is I want to show you guys this stuff is pretty easy. I do have the convenience being in my shop. We do a quick mock-up. But I try to just show you the different types of products that are available to you. Every one of these projects you can do yourself. And if you guys have any other questions about this, feel free to email me, nick@toledohandyman.com. I got a lot of before and after photos over at the actual website, toledohandyman.com. And you guys get to see cool stuff. If you guys want to see more of this stuff, give me a call, 419-478-1542. We're always available, and if you want to see me personally, I'll come out and give you an estimate. Estimate's always free. I'm Nick with A+ Building Maintenance, your Toledo Handyman, and this is my daughter, Kendra. Say bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, until we see you next time, keep up the good work.